A man who chases difficulty at every available moment will have an easy life. But the man who consistently takes the easy options and takes shortcuts will have a difficult life. You see, when you are consistently chasing difficulty and doing things that are hard, you're constantly challenging yourself. You're constantly improving your ability to take action. You are constantly improving your discipline, improving your mental toughness, becoming a better man. But when you take shortcuts and don't work as hard as you could be doing and chase comfort, you are worsening your ability to exert discipline. You are becoming softer, you are becoming weaker. Now, a lot of men are finding themselves in the position where they want to change, but they are scared of doing the necessary difficult work because they don't want to be seen to fail. A lot of guys have an intense desire to become a better version of themselves, become a better man, but they don't want people to see them stumbling and bumbling along the way. Because it's not always a perfect trajectory. There are some peaks and troughs. There are some moments where you're on cloud 9, and then there are some moments where you're in the gutter. The hard reality is that if you do want to change your life, then you are going to have to risk embarrassment. You are going to have to risk failing in front of people and looking stupid. Because that is success. That is how it works. You're not just going to try something for the first time. Try and reinvent yourself for the first time and everything goes seamlessly. No problems. Everything's smooth. And with your first go, you have the life that you want. That's not the reality. Speak to anybody who's made it. Speak to anybody who's built something special. CEOs, billionaires, athletes, actors. It took them years. It took them decades. It took them a hell of a lot of failures. Speak to people in your local area who run businesses, who've been going for a long time. Ask them, did everything work out the way you expected it to? They'll tell you, hell no. It was rough, it was bumpy. But that is the game you must play. If you want to reinvent yourself as a man and you want to become a different man in 2026, then you have to play the game. You have to understand that there are risks. You may have some people see your slip up and see the business that you've launched and think is going to work fail. But with every single failure that you have under your belt, it becomes a little bit easier. With every single failure, you understand that the opinions and perspectives of the outsiders who are not doing the work themselves isn't all that important. There are going to be people who will make it their life's mission just to shit on you, just to try and put you off and distract you. They'll say little comments, maybe that are subtle sometimes, that you can't tell, just to provoke you, just to get you second guessing yourself and your idea. This is part of working your way up. When you are going up, there are naturally going to be some people that are trying to bring you down. That's life. That's how it works. But with every single failure and every single slip up, you learn that it's not that important. You learn that that's just a part of the game. And naturally, when you're climbing, some people who don't want to climb, they haven't got the effort, they'll try and grab hold of your leg whilst you're climbing up the ladder. They don't want to climb themselves because they're too scared, but they definitely don't want to see you go ahead of them. It's a sad reality, but it's a reality. And look, you have to accept that. You have to risk embarrassment. You have to know that if you want to change your life, there's going to be a time where people don't believe in you. There's going to be a time where you have to risk that embarrassment. You have to risk maybe looking stupid. But I said this a lot on this channel. These people will only be there criticizing you up until the point that what you are doing works. See, when it pays off and when you get the result that you were looking for, when you have the operational business, when you've got the new job with a better salary, people then can't talk. People then often convert themselves into a fan. They've been talking shit to you for all these years, they've been saying nasty things to you for all these years, and then all of a sudden they've always been a supporter, they've always been on board, they've always liked you. And it's fun. It's very fun to see this happen in front of you. You're almost looking at it thinking, really? This guy? User 27789? I think he called me a prick a few times. And then all of a sudden that guy is saying how wonderful you are and how long he's been following you. This is the game. There's a quote that comes to mind, and I wanted to read it to you. And the quote says, "If you want to be something you've never been, you need to do something that you've never done." We can talk about plans, ambitions, motivation. That's just talk. Ultimately, if you don't start doing the practical, necessary things on a day-to-day basis to start changing your life, you will remain where you are. And if you're okay with that, if you're at a good level and you're happy with that, great. This isn't a video for you. I am happy for you. You don't need to be here. If you feel you're at a good place of your life, you don't want to go any further, you feel like you've accomplished everything you want, stop pursuing self-improvement content. Because you don't need it and you're in a great place, and I'm happy for you. But for you guys that are here right now thinking, this has got to change, I'm sick of every single year saying the same thing and not doing anything, I'm sick of feeling this way, looking in the mirror, not respecting the man in front of me, you just have to start. You just have to start. You have to accept that criticism's going to be there. You have to accept it's going to be tough. You have to accept that there's going to be moments that everybody's looking at you thinking you're crazy. But you have to take that first step. And when you do, your life changes so quickly. You realize that it's not as scary as you thought it was. And each time you implement, each time you act, you become more headstrong. You become more self-aware. Your fear of failure lessens and lessens and lessens. Because you understand that output is the most important thing. You can go and watch another David Goggins video. Sometimes I like to do that. But if that's the only thing you're doing, you're not working, you're just observing. Sometimes you have to take a practical, firm step and just start. So if you're thinking about creating content, get your first video out there. Go. I don't care what it is. If you're putting together some little Lego Star Wars battleship or something, get it out there. Film it, post it. If you're looking to start a new business, maybe in the sort of realm of drop shipping or digital marketing, trying to help people in that sort of area, start. Take the first step. If you're looking to start your more hands-on business, get going. Start doing some voluntary work for people. Start saying that you'll do work for them for free until the point that they want to pay you. Just start. There's no point constantly engaging in motivational content. Even like mine, this is possibly detrimental to me to say. I do think that it's important to keep yourself sharp and keep yourself switched on. And as much as I want you guys to watch my videos, if you're watching 20 of my videos and your life hasn't changed, then I'd say you're not listening. I'd say you're just observing. And it's great that you're watching maybe content more like this, the self-improvement content, than some brain rot, YouTube shorts rubbish. But what's the difference between the guy who's swiping on the shorts and you right now? You're just watching. He's just watching. I'd say there's no difference. So instead of just consuming content without a purpose, to fire you up, I suppose, to get you ready, I want to say to you, just start. If you watch content like this, if you watch motivational content, educational content, and then you act, that's incredible. You're ahead of the game. But most people don't. And that is what separates good men from great men. It's good to consume, guys, but you've got to act as well. A rule that I like to set for myself that sometimes is incredibly hard to maintain in the modern world of social media and dopamine and phones and technology is to create more than you consume. So try and create more than you consume. Watch, learn, grow, but ultimately act. Take action. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So look, guys, there's a few things we've covered in this video, and I hope it's provided some value to you. Ultimately, I think the biggest risk that you can take is doing nothing. The biggest risk that you can take if you are a guy who wants to change his life. This is the important thing. If you want to change your life, the biggest risk you can take is staying where you are right now and doing nothing, especially if you guys are in your 20s, if you guys are in your teens or early 30s. You have so much time on your hands. And if you're in your teens and 20s, the chances are you don't have children. The chances are you don't have a wife. The chances are you don't have a big mortgage to pay off. These are the years to take risks. Again, not to be crazy, not to ruin your life and get yourself in crazy debt by being silly and making decisions that are not sensible, but by taking calculated risks that have potentially great rewards. Because you don't have the responsibilities, you don't have the stresses, but you do have time. So why not? Why not use your 20s or your teens as a period to reinvent yourself and take bold action? Because as you get into your 30s and 40s, as some of you guys are watching the video, you'll be able to tell these young guys that it's not the reality. You can't do it. You have responsibilities. So young guys watching the video right now, the worst mistake that you can make is doing nothing. The worst mistake that you can make is wasting the precious time that you have and not taking action. So guys, start, take the first concrete step, accept that there's going to be some criticisms from some loser guys who hate their lives and they want to project it onto you and they hate seeing you do better than them. Embrace it. Use it as extra fuel and keep going. Naturally, if you're going this way, there are going to be some people who are too scared to go the same direction as you but don't want you to go above them. Use it as fire. Embrace it. Laugh at it. Keep going. Allow your success to do the talking for you. Always maintain your character. Never lose your head with these people. Always maintain your class. Be respectful, even when others are not respectful to you. And let your success humble them. Let your success make them question their lives. And hopefully your success actually inspires them and turns a hater into a follower and supporter. Anyway, gents, if you took some value from this video today, be sure to smash the like button, comment your thoughts down below, and consider subscribing to my channel if you are new around here. As always, guys, thank you for your time and your attention, and I will see you in the next one.